Okay, what's up YouTube? This is J-Man Time, and today I have a mystery submarine for you guys today. Now, this mystery submarine was actually discovered in the Chicago River all the way back in 1915. In 1915, a group of construction workers operating in the Chicago River stumbled upon a strange submarine that was stuck in the mud or embedded in the mud in the shallow area near the coastline of the Chicago River. The submarine was actually discovered by a Chicago State construction worker by the name of William Dino. William Dino was a cable layer whose job was to actually lay cable across the bottom of the Chicago River. In December of 1915, Dino accidentally discovered a submerged submarine. Dino, along with a construction crew and a crane barge, actually managed to raise the submarine from the seabed or from the riverbed. And inside the submarine were actually the remains of a man and his dog. Now, this submarine is a mystery because it was found during the second year of World War I, which was 1915. This led many to believe that the submarine could possibly be either a prototype submarine that was designed by an independent developer or designer, or it could have been a spy submarine that was being used by one of these central powers, or that had been sent by one of these central powers to spy on American shipping exiting the Chicago River, or entering and exiting the Chicago River. The submarine seen in this photograph is a pretty strange looking submarine. To me, it kind of seems like a late 19th century submarine. Like kind of like the submarines you would see during the post-American Civil War, During the 1860s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, there were a large number of American inventors who were trying to create their own submarines to sell to the U.S. military / the U.S. Navy. And many of those submarines are still lost to this very day. There are also submarines that were designed during the American Civil War that are still lost to this very day as well. For example, the USS Alligator. This submarine here, discovered by William Dino, could be a late 19th century submarine. And the reason I bring up this idea is because we don't know the true age of the submarine. It was just discovered in 1915, but it could have been there for much longer. There is no information on the state of the remains of the man and his dog that were discovered inside the submarine. I have no information describing if the man and his dog's remains were fresh, like if they had only been dead for a few days or maybe a few months, or were they found in a skeletonized state, which would mean they had been down there for over a year or more. My theory is that this was a submarine that was designed in the later half of the 19th century and went missing, only to be discovered in 1915. But that is just my theory. So what do you think of this mystery submarine? Do you believe this is a submarine that has sank sometime in 1915? Do you believe that this was a submarine or a spy submarine that had been sent by one of the central powers during the year 1915? Or do you believe that this is a 19th century submarine that was lost along with its crew, only to be discovered in 1915, some decades later? Were the man and his dog fresh, or were they skeletonized, If I could find information on that, then I could gauge the age of the submarine. But the fact that no one in the area even saw this thing sink leads me to believe that it could have been sitting down there for as long as, 10 or 15 years, maybe even 20 years. Keep in mind, during the late 19th century and during the middle of the 19th century also, a lot of American inventors were experimenting with different models of submarines in the hopes that they could land a contract with the U.S. Navy. Keep in mind, the U.S. Navy was also experimenting with submarines, starting in the American Civil War and continuing all the way up until the development of the USS Howland, which was the first self-propelled submarine to be adopted by the U.S. Navy. But this submarine discovered by Mr. William Dino is really a strange mystery, because even after over 100 years, this mystery still hasn't been solved. And it's actually listed as one of the strangest submarine disappearances slash rediscoveries of the 20th century. So what do you think of this mystery submarine? Do you think it was just a failed American experimental submarine that accidentally sank along with its creator and his dog? Or do you think it was a spy submarine possibly sent by the Germans or maybe even the Austro-Hungarians? So what do you think? Put your opinions in the comment section below, and until next time, this was J-Man Time signing off.